You know, there's this moment after no contact, when everything is quiet. The calls stop, the texts go silent, and there's this ache inside you that feels like a weight. You wonder if she's thinking about you, if she even cares, if no contact really worked, or if she's just moved on. And somewhere in the middle of all that silence, there's a hope, a question. Can I make her chase me now? Not out of pride, not out of some manipulative game, but because deep down, you want to be desired. You want to feel like you matter. Today, we're going to talk about how to shift the energy after no contact, how to awaken something in her that makes her think, wait, why do I miss him so much? And why do I want him back? But here's the thing. This isn't about tricks. It's not about playing cold or trying to make her jealous just for the sake of it. It's deeper than that. It's about who you become during the silence and how that quiet version of you begins to speak louder than words ever could. Let's talk about it. So, picture this. You've gone silent. Maybe it's been a week, a month, maybe more. And the hardest part isn't the silence from her. It's the silence in your own head. The part that doubts. The part that replays every moment, every laugh, every look, every goodbye. But here's what most men don't realize. No contact isn't about her. It's about you. It's a mirror, a test, a chance to find yourself again when all the noise is gone. Because when you try to make someone chase you from a place of need, when you're desperate for validation, they don't chase. They run. Why? Because neediness repels. It doesn't matter how good-looking you are or how sweet you were. If you come from a place of lack, they'll feel it. But the second you start coming from a place of power, of peace, something shifts. Imagine she's scrolling through her feed. She sees your name, your face. Maybe you posted something subtle, nothing flashy. Just you, out living your life, not trying to show off, just present, calm, like someone who didn't break down, someone who found clarity in the silence. That version of you, that's the one she starts to wonder about. She doesn't text you right away. No, she waits. She tells herself not to care. But at night, when things are quiet, she thinks, what is he doing? Why hasn't he reached out? And more importantly, why do I still feel something? Because feelings don't just vanish, especially when there was something real. And if you handled no contact with grace, she notices. Here's what a lot of guys get wrong. They think the goal is to punish her, to make her feel bad, to create distance as revenge. But women are emotional creatures. They feel energy more than words. They don't respond to punishment. They respond to presence. If you disappear with bitterness, she can feel it. If you disappear with confidence, she feels that too. It's like the difference between storming out of a room and walking away with quiet dignity. One feels reactive. The other feels like a man who knows what he's worth. So if you want her to chase you, you have to become a version of yourself that's worth chasing. Not a fantasy. Not some idealized version she once knew. But a grounded, calm, focused man who's better for having been through the fire. Let's go deeper. There's something magnetic about a man who can hold his center, who can walk away, not because he's giving up, but because he's choosing himself. That's what no contact should be, a choice, a reclaiming of energy, a commitment to stop bleeding for someone who didn't see your value, and to start building a life that shows your value without having to say a word. And here's where things get interesting. When you stop trying to prove yourself, she starts remembering who you were. Not the version that begged, not the version that sent long emotional messages at 2 a.m., but the version who made her feel something, who made her laugh, who gave her butterflies without even trying. She starts remembering your presence, and if she's truly meant to be in your life, that memory will become a whisper, a pull, a question she can't shake. Did I lose something real? Now, when she starts to feel that, when she's curious, when she starts liking your posts or sending you that random hey message, That's the moment. That's the fork in the road. You don't chase, you don't pounce. You don't unload everything you've been feeling. You meet her with calm. You respond, not from excitement, but from self-control. Hey, it's good to hear from you. Simple, stable, masculine. Because what pulls a woman back isn't your effort, it's your energy. If she senses that you've grown, that you're not the same man who once made her feel unsure, she'll lean in. Women are drawn to certainty, but it has to come from within, not from convincing, not from selling, just being. Here's a truth that stings a little. If you broke no contact and begged, she didn't lose you. She still felt in control. And when someone feels in control of your emotions, they lose attraction. But if you held the line, if you took the time to actually heal, to reflect, to rebuild yourself, then she starts to lose her grip. Not because you wanted her to, but because she realizes you're not waiting. That realization, that's the spark. That's when the chase begins. And I don't mean chasing in the sense of constant texting or calling. I mean emotionally leaning in, asking questions, trying to reconnect, wanting to understand where you are now, because she's no longer sure of where she stands with you. Let me tell you something important. When you become a man who doesn't need her, but who could choose her, she feels that. She might test you. She might try to provoke a reaction. But if you stay grounded, if you smile, stay kind, and remain unaffected, that's what changes the game. That's when she starts chasing, not your attention, but your presence, not your approval, but your peace. And the best part? You're not doing it for her. You're doing it for you. Because the goal isn't just to get her back. It's to become the man who never loses himself again, trying to keep someone who didn't choose him fully the first time. And if she doesn't chase you, that's okay too. Because then you've dodged a situation where you were never truly seen, never fully appreciated. And you walk away stronger, clearer, and more aligned with someone who will see you. Someone who will chase. Not out of fear, but out of connection. Because real love doesn't require chasing. It flows. It magnetizes. But until then, you keep building, you keep growing, you become your own source of stability. And the next time someone walks away, you won't break. You'll smile, because you'll know the truth. A man who knows his worth never chases, he attracts. And the right woman, she'll feel it. If this message hit home today, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this with someone who needs to hear it. And remember, your silence has power. Use it to build, not to break. Thanks for watching. We'll talk soon.